All right, guys, so we're heading out to the desert to check on the condo. We've already done demo, and we're gonna see kind of what it looks like with everything taken down. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty gnarly in there. We're also gonna be doing an overnight. This time around, we're staying at a hotel that we've always wanted to stay at. So we're gonna give you guys a quick overview on that hotel as well. But this is gonna be the official episode 2 for the project. We're gonna show you guys the finishes, what we have planned, and just give you an overall tour of the unit. So let's head on out to the desert. It's about an hour and a half drive, and we'll see you out there. All right, guys, so we just checked into the hotel in Palm Springs. We're staying at L'Horizon or El Horizon if you want to try Googling it. I'll leave a link down in the description below. Also did a full review of this property. It is a really cool hotel, consistently ranked as one of the top hotels in the country, even though it's just a boutique, and you'd be amazed at how well this property is put together. But anyway, we want to go check on the condo. Like I mentioned, demo has already started, so it's going to be a little weird in there, but we want to see the progress so far. Keep in mind, it was back in the 70s that it was last redone, so there was definitely some stuff uncovered when we started doing the demo. Outside of that, we're working on getting permits through the city, as well as getting architecture finished, so we hope to have this finished in about 2 months. We'll see how quickly things move with the city and the approaching holidays, but other than that, I mean, things are moving pretty much on schedule, which is great news. And I also want to walk you guys through the finishes and the proposed kitchen layout while we're there. We've already ordered all of the appliances. We did that on Black Friday, which if you guys are looking into flipping, definitely recommend doing appliance orders on big holidays like Memorial Day, Labor Day, Black Friday. You'll save a ton on the appliances. Order it with a credit card and get the credit card points. Definitely a great way to go about it. But anyway, let's head over to the property. I want to show you guys what we have going on over there, and then I'll give you a rundown after we walk the unit. All right, guys, we're back on site. This is where the unit is. If you guys haven't seen the first video, as a reminder, we closed on this at $200,000, and the plan is to basically upgrade it, do a full fix and flip, and then sell it for a profit and trade that into something additional out here and just kind of keep that process going. Originally, the estimate was $35,000 for the work. It's probably gonna be a little bit closer to $40,000 now after we've done some demo and uncovered some things. I'm gonna take you inside shortly to show you some of the stuff that we've uncovered. And then as a reminder, we're still going through permitting and architecture with both the city and our local GC just to get through all of that. So definitely some stuff still in the process, but overall the project is going according to plan and on time, which is great. So if you missed the last episode, this is what it looked like when we bought it. Again, we bought it for $200,000 and it hasn't really been touched since the 70s when the unit was built. I mean, there was even fluorescent lights still in the ceiling and a lot of the original cabinetry and tile everywhere. So definitely a lot of work to be done. Had mirrored walls, an old school wet bar and fireplace area, and don't even get me started on the bathrooms. I mean, these things were so gnarly. If you watched the first episode, then you saw just how gross they were. I mean, there's a lot of mold everywhere, and the tile was just in really rough shape. There was even missing parts of the cabinet, so definitely rough shape. The bedroom wasn't terrible, but obviously the flooring needs to be replaced. And the walls need to be cleaned up. More on that in a moment. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys this. Let's now fast forward to what it looks like now. So walking in, you can see the demo is really far along. We opened the kitchen up a lot. There used to be a wall where those wires are hanging down, and now the kitchen feels a lot bigger. We even wrote on the walls, kind of starting to figure out where everything is going to go. But we're working with an architect to get plans properly done and submitted to the city. And then the wiring is going to have to be upgraded where the wall used to be. It's because we're moving the stove to the back instead of being out front where people sit. It was a super weird layout before. So basically all of this wall was taken out right here. And now it opens up the whole area for the kitchen basically to have a waterfall countertop, all new cabinetry and new appliances, which I mentioned we already ordered. Now, part of the demo was removing all the mirrored walls, which had been up since the 70s, and you can see the old glue patches from where those were held up. This is what it used to look like as a reminder. So obviously we're gonna need to redo the drywall in this area because there's a lot of patchwork that needs to be done, and it's not only there, but it's behind the wet bar as well. So we're gonna have to retexture everything and obviously clean up the wet bar. We're planning to put new cabinets and whatnot in over here, so we won't have to worry about it too much, but as you can see, the old sink from literally where the wet bar used to be is basically just hanging out there from demo. This is, again, what it used to look like. So plans for over there, it's basically going to match the kitchen and the countertops of the kitchen, so it'll tie everything together. But you know, the room feels really bright and open now, especially with all of the old finishes and dark finishes removed. And then again, it's a nice unit because it's got double balconies, and the balcony literally leads outside off the living room area to create this huge indoor-outdoor dining and living area, which is perfect for the desert, especially most time of the year when it's warm. So gonna be a really great addition. Now, moving back to the bathroom, which in my opinion was one of the worst parts of the condo. So everything has been demoed. And again, there's a lot of mirrors in here. So we're gonna have to patch up the drywall and put in an all new vanity and new tile. So it'll look a lot better. It's already, in my opinion, looking better even just as is, because what was in there was really disgusting. But anyway, we ripped out the bathtub and the shower as well. The only problem that we came across when doing so was that the old piping actually went around the bathtub in the front. It's such a bummer because now we have to reroute all of this for a walk-in shower. So that is an added cost that we didn't know about. Hopefully it won't be too much, but again, it wraps around the front there. So it is going to be a little bit more than we anticipated. But that's pretty much it for the bathroom right now. Again, I'll show you guys when we get a little further along. Let's move on to the bedroom. So this is the main bedroom, and nice lofted ceilings. We're going to put can lights in and new flooring, and then just clean up the walls. The closet's in pretty good condition. That thing up in the upper left, so this used to be an entertainment cabinet where they would have all of like the stuff for the house that power the TVs, the VCRs, like back in the day, you know, in the 80s and 90s. This is where everything was to control the house, like all the old speaker systems and like cassette tape players and all that stuff. That was all in that room. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to patch it with drywall and turn this into like a cleaning closet instead of a old electronics closet. So the wall will be patched right there where that hole is, and basically just turn itself into a nice little closet for extra storage. Other than that, I mean, the bedroom's pretty simple. Again, just a closet there with its own dedicated balcony. So it'd be really nice indoor-outdoor living, which will be great. And as you can see, I mean, the flooring is inconsistent throughout. So that's an area that I'll touch on in a second. But coming back to the main room, if I haven't mentioned, we are doing canned ceiling lights. So that'll also add some more natural light. There was some fans and other stuff up there before that. And it's nice lofted ceilings. I mean, they're really tall. So it definitely makes the space feel a lot bigger. And I think it's gonna be really nice when we add some additional lighting, especially at night. You know, up here, we'll basically like patch that over and put 4 can lights up here, LEDs, so they're long lasting and low power consumption. And then again, just being able to go out to these various balconies and patios, it just makes the only 600 square foot unit feel so much bigger. And I think that was a huge selling point. So you have 2 different balconies. You have this one, which wraps around the kitchen and the master bedroom. And then you have the other one that I showed you, which comes off of the living room. So just tons of added space, which is such a huge selling feature of this unit. And again, for the floors, we're going to do all new wood vinyl floors. So it'll look really nice and cohesive. It's not going to be a bunch of different flooring types throughout. It'll be nice and consistent throughout. It'll look really, really good and tie into the kitchen once that's all complete with the new cabinetry. So really excited for how that's all going to look. All right, guys. So as you can see, a lot of work has already been done. We have ripped out as much as we can. If you guys remember, there was mirrored walls everywhere. So we've taken all those down, which was a lot of work. The bathroom, like I showed you guys when we were walking through, there is some issues with the piping, the way that they kind of laid the pipes out and the plumbing to go around the bathtub in the past is all going to have to change. So that'll be an added cost that we didn't see going into this. So that's unfortunate. But on the flip side, we did have some good news because the wall in the kitchen was not a load-bearing wall. So we were able to bring that out. And so the kitchen will feel a lot bigger with a waterfall countertop and look just a lot more modern and inviting. So that'll be good. So, you know, with every project, there's pros and cons, and there's things that you uncover that you aren't expecting. The plumbing in the bathroom is certainly one of those things. It's just something that we're gonna have to deal with. But overall, the demo went pretty smooth, and we're excited to get this kicked off and rolling. So again, like I mentioned, next steps is gonna be to get through permitting and get all the architecture done, and then we're gonna actually start building out the space. I do wanna show you guys what we have planned as far as finishes. We picked a walnut finish for the kitchen cabinets. We picked a white glossy stone for the countertops, and that's gonna be carried throughout. So throughout the wet bar, throughout the kitchen, and anywhere that there is basically cabinetry and countertop space, that's also like the bathroom, for example. Again, the most amazing thing about this unit is not only is it one patio, but there's 2 patios, and there's a little bit of like indoor-outdoor dining. So we're definitely gonna try and take advantage of that when we go to sell it by staging it to make sure that, you know, the prospective buyer can realize that they can enjoy all the amazing weather that there is out in Palm Springs by having indoor-outdoor dining, which will basically add to the square footage for this unit and just make it even more livable. Outside of that, not too much other stuff going on. It's mostly just kitchen, bath, and then new finishes, flooring, some can lights in the ceiling and all that kind of stuff. So looking forward to showing you guys the progress on the next video. But that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to follow along and subscribe so you see future updates. But that's it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.